So today, let's talk nationalism. Now, you might be aware of the so-called caravan that's working its way up through Guatemala, up to Mexico, and the whole story about it being funded basically by open societies, George Soros, in other words, and possibly by the Democrats. Well, aside from all that, I just want to point out a few specific things about what's taking place and how the left is reacting to Trump calling himself a nationalist. Yes. Go Trump. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever noticed or bothered to look at the individuals comprising this group and the previous group, and in general the groups of people that are moved up here, okay? And I say that are moved, not that are moving themselves, because they're not moving themselves. All of those pictures that you see of thousands of people crossing that bridge or thousands of people walking across land, do you really think they're walking all the way here? Nah, no. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody in their right mind is going to walk from Venezuela up to Texas. It's just not happening. What happens is that they're put into trains and they're put on buses and they're carted miles and miles. And at the end of the day, they all get off and they all start walking for a photo op, right? It's staged. It's faked, okay? Now, that they are coming here is not staged. That they are being told that we'll welcome them with open arms and they'll have no trouble once they get here is not faked. That they're being lied to and manipulated is not faked. That's not staged. All that really is happening. Flyers in Honduras, in Guatemala, and in El Salvador, and in Venezuela, in their major cities, telling people that if they want an economic lifestyle that's better than what they've got there, all they've got to do is get their butts to America and everything is going to be fine. That's what they're being lied to. That's the lie that is being shoved down their throats by the United States Democratic left, in my opinion, or the global elites. Same bunch of people. The George Soros types. The people that think that they are better than you. The people that are wanting to replace you because you cannot be as easily controlled as they are. Now, I want you to notice something. When Trump comes out and calls himself a nationalist, the left starts frothing at the mouth. Oh, he's evil, he's bigoted, he's hateful, he's white supremacist. Okay, all this crap, right? About how horrible it is to be a nationalist. Yet, we support Israel, and it's no problem for a Jew to want to be a nationalist, right? If you tell the Jews that, hey, if you're in America, you better toe the American first line, not Israel first. You're not a nationalist for Israel. You better be an American nationalist. Oh, no. You don't dare say that. You don't dare poo-poo Israel or poo-poo Jews for being nationalists to Israel, right? They have every right to have that. And I absolutely agree. Now, if you look at the pictures and the video clips and listen to the songs that these economic migrants, or these invaders actually, are singing, and the lines that they spout, that they've been coached to spout once they get up here or for the photo op. Do you see a single one of them waving an American flag going, "Yay, America, can't wait to get there"? Nope, you don't. You see them carrying the flags from their own countries. Do you hear them chanting, "Yay, we're going to be citizens, we're going to apply for citizenship, we want to be Americans, go Constitution and the Bill of Rights"? Nope. What do you hear them chanting? You hear them chanting La Raza crap, right? They want to turn this country into their country. It's the equivalent of me going over to my neighbor's house uninvited and saying, "Guess what, man? I'm going to come into your house uninvited and redecorate your house to look like my house. Because my house is trashed. I'm kind of tired of being there. But you've got a nice bigger house and a nice garage. So I'm going to come over and redecorate it to look like my house." That's the equivalent of what they're doing, and this is being forced on us, we the people, the United States of America, the citizens of the United States of America, for a very good reason. It's because the ruling class, the shadowy shadow governments, the people that make all the decisions that control the United States Congress, that control the United States Corporation of America. You don't think this is a free country, do you? I mean, really, come on now. If you think this is a free country, wake the fuck up, because it's not. And your values are being replaced by somebody with another set of values. Now, all those people in those caravans, you bet they're nationalists. They're nationalists for their own socialist countries. They're not nationalists for here. They want to come, and they have every intention of coming here to change this country into their country, to turn it into the shitholes that they come from. Now, also in the media, you're being told that Mexico is such a hellhole. No, it's not. No, it's not. I can tell you, as a person that has been to Mexico over 200 times, that Mexico has its bad parts and its good parts. Its economically depressed parts and its economically vibrant parts. Yes, it does rely a lot on tourism. Okay, so if think about this. If Mexico is such a shithole, how come it has such a large tourism part of its economy is so bolstered by tourism? It's because we like to go down there and party, right? If it was such a shithole, would people from here want to go down there and spend their money? No. Yes, bad stuff does happen down there, but the media blows it out of proportion to make us up here who haven't gone down there and who aren't familiar with Mexican culture or who don't speak Spanish get the impression that the conditions are so bad that these people are fleeing horrible conditions and that's why we should let them in without question. Well, I'm telling you, it's bullshit. And I'm telling you that these people that are in those caravans are weak-minded enough that yes, they're nationalists for a socialist agenda. They don't think for themselves. They're not brought up in a culture that says if our rulers step out of bounds, we can violently overthrow them. That's what our Second Amendment is for. They're disarmed, right? They're not used to being armed. They think nobody but the government should be armed. Up here, we have a different set of values. We believe that the citizenry ought to be armed and that the citizenry ought to be able to overthrow a tyrannical government by force of arms. Right? That's what your Second Amendment is for. It's for shooting politicians that don't represent your interests. Of course, you can't just say, oh, well, this party, promised us one thing and they didn't do it, and so all of a sudden they're out by violent force. No, this has to be a consistent pattern. There has to be actual tyranny going on, which means that the ruling class consistently and deliberately goes against the wishes of the people. Now that's precisely what is happening. And so yes, I believe that our Second Amendment is for situations such as this, where our ruling class are consistently and deliberately going against the will of the people and forcing us to take in third world invaders with a completely different and incompatible set of values and culture. That's what's going on. You are being reamed up the ass by people that are unaccountable. They don't hold themselves accountable, but they're unaccountable to you because you can't do anything about it. I say it's time to start looking at our guns and our rights while we still have them and start to get a clue about what to do with those rights. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great day.